MTC. Day 10, Number 1. When two people are involved in an honest and open conversation, there is a back and forth flow of information. It is a smooth exchange. Since each one is drawing on their past personal experiences, the pace of the exchange is as fast as memory. When one person lies, their responses will come more slowly because the brain needs more time to process the details of a new invention than to recall stored facts. As they say, timing is everything. You will notice the time lag when you are having a conversation with someone who is making things up as they go. Don't forget that the other person may be reading your body language as well, and if you seem to be disbelieving their story, they will have to pause to process that information, too. MTC. Good job. Let's start. MTC. Day 10, Number 2. One of the most important aspects of providing good care is making sure that an animal's needs are being met consistently and predictably. Like humans, animals need a sense of control. So an animal who may get enough food but doesn't know when the food will appear and can see no consistent schedule may experience distress. We can provide a sense of control by ensuring that our animal's environment is predictable. There is always water available and always in the same place. There is always food when we get up in the morning and after our evening walk. There will always be a time and place to eliminate, without having to hold things into the point of discomfort. Human companions can display consistent emotional support, rather than providing love one moment and withholding love the next. When animals know what to expect, they can feel more confident and calm. MTC. Good job. Let's start. MTC. Day 10, Number 3. It is important to distinguish between being legally allowed to do something, and actually being able to go and do it. A law could be passed allowing everyone, if they so wish, to run a mile in 2 minutes. 2-1. That would not, however, increase their effective freedom, because, although allowed to do so, they are physically incapable of it. Having a minimum of restrictions and a maximum of possibilities is fine. But in the real world most people will never have the opportunity either to become all that they are allowed to become, or to need to be restrained from doing everything that is possible for them to do. Their effective freedom depends on actually having the means and ability to do what they choose. MTC. Good job. Let's start. MTC. Day 10, Number 4. It is so easy to overestimate the importance of one defining moment and underestimate the value of making small improvements on a daily basis. Too often, we convince ourselves that massive success requires massive action. Whether it is losing weight, winning a championship, or achieving any other goal, we put pressure on ourselves to make some earth-shaking improvement that everyone will talk about. Meanwhile, improving by 1% isn't particularly notable, but it can be far more meaningful in the long run. 1. The difference this tiny improvement can make over time is surprising. Here's how the math works out: if you can get 1% better each day for 1 year, you'll end up 37 times better by the time you're done. 1137. Conversely, if you get 1% worse each day for 1 year, you'll decline nearly down to 0. 110. What starts as a small win or a minor failure adds up to something much more. MTC. Good job. Let's start. MTC. Day 10, Number 5. In one study, researchers asked pairs of strangers to sit down in a room and chat. In half of the rooms, a cell phone was placed on a nearby table, in the other half, no phone was present. After the conversations had ended, the researchers asked the participants what they thought of each other. Here's what they learned. When a cell phone was present in the room, the participants reported the quality of their relationship was worse than those who talked in a cell phone-free room. The pairs who talked in the rooms with cell phones thought their partners showed less empathy. Think of all the times you've sat down to have lunch with a friend and set your phone on the table. You might have felt good about yourself because you didn't pick it up to check your messages, but your unchecked messages were still hurting your connection with the person sitting across from you. MTC. Good job. Let's start. MTC. Day 10, Number 6. When the price of something fundamental drops greatly, the whole world can change. Consider light. Chances are you are reading this sentence under some kind of artificial light. Moreover, you probably never thought about whether using artificial light for reading was worth it. Light is so cheap that you use it without thinking. But in the early 1800s, it would have cost you 400 times what you are paying now for the same amount of light. 1800-400. At that price, you would notice the cost and would think twice before using artificial light to read a book. The drop in the price of light lit up the world. Not only did it turn night into day, but it allowed us to live and work in big buildings that natural light could not enter. Nearly nothing we have today would be possible if the cost of artificial light had not dropped to almost nothing. MTC. Good job.